So today's rant it's not really a rant. It's more of a reflection on the effect of going for a ride and what it does for your mood. And it comes from yesterday. Yesterday was the first day I got out for a ride in about a month, because I've just, the project at the moment, I've got so much going on. Huge list of schools waiting for bikes, lots of charities I'm involved with, social worker referrals, lots and lots of stuff going on at the moment. So the time I have, obviously I'm a carer for my wife as well, so the time I have for actually riding my bike at the moment is fairly limited, plus it's still winter. The evenings are still dark, and yesterday I was in a bit of a slump and I wasn't going to go. I thought briefly about going out, and I talked myself out of it, because talking yourself out of it is the easiest thing in the world to do. You could, oh, my favourite, I don't know where my kit is, or my kit's not dry, or oh, it might rain, or that my tyres need air. Any little thing you can think of to talk yourself out of going out. It's that procrastination thing, isn't it, where you just think about it too much. And then a mate said to me on the phone yesterday afternoon, I said to him, I was thinking of getting out, and he said, well, what do you mean you're thinking of it? Why not? What's stopping you? Just go. So yeah, I took his advice and I chucked my kit on and I went out. And the thing about going for a ride is you're never going to feel worse. You're never going to regret going, because the uplift it gives you to your mood is almost instant. Like the second you put your leg over the bike and you're out the door, down the end of the street, something in your mind just switches off, and then all you're thinking about then is, am I turning left, am I turning right, where does that road go? And if you've got a gravel bike, all the more so, because all those little lanes and things that you've been passing on your road bike for years, you can now take little off-road shortcuts and see where they all end up. And that's basically what I did yesterday. I was only out for an hour and a half, fairly local loop, and I came back feeling a million times better. It's a no-brainer, really. The trouble is your brain doesn't know that, and it'll try to talk you out of it, and the easiest thing to do is just sit on the sofa and not bother. But I was so glad yesterday that I made the effort and went out, and the gravel bike was brilliant. I had loads of fun, a little bit of off-road, a little bit of on-road up through the local lanes, and yeah, it's a huge lift. And the other thing I think that made a difference is I didn't Strava it. I stopped Stravaing quite a while ago, because it makes the ride, I mean, if you love Strava, you love Strava. If it motivates you, that's brilliant. But for me, it was making the ride into something else. I was so worried about how my segments were going to show, and my climbs and things that I do regular. There's climbs here that I've done hundreds of times on my local loop over the years, and you're like, well, I know last time I did this climb in 8 minutes, so I got to try and do it in under 8 minutes, and it becomes about that. And I don't think that, for me anyway, is a great thing. And it came to a head because there was a descent that I was on, like the top 5 of the leaderboard for this time down this local descent in the lanes, and I got to the point where I was trying that hard to claim that time that I almost had an off on the way down the one day. And I just thought to myself, I'm a dad, a granddad, a full-time carer. Why am I pelting down this lane flat out in this narrow lane, possibly with oncoming traffic, to try and shave 10 seconds off a time on a leaderboard? And that was the day that I decided to stop using Strava. Nothing against it, obviously, loads of people use it, and I think it's great for measuring your distance over the year and your elevation gains and that kind of thing. But it's another thing out of my mind. I had no computer on the bike yesterday. Didn't know what my average speed was, didn't care what my average speed was, didn't know where I was going, no route plan, no Strava segments in mind, and it was just a proper break from everything. It clears your mind completely. I honestly, if you're thinking about, it's Sunday today as I'm recording this, and if you're thinking about going out this afternoon on your bike and you're finding reasons not to, just go. And just, if you go out and after 10 minutes you're not feeling it, come back. But I guarantee you, after 10 minutes, well, you won't even think about it, because you'll be riding for an hour before you think about anything, because it really is that much of a lift, a weight off your mind, if you like. It just puts you somewhere where the things you're worried about and the stresses, and we've all got them, everybody's got them. Some blokes try and pretend they've got no worries and they don't have, you know, feelings and concerns, but everybody does. And it's just nice to clear your head. And you know, the point of this is, you go for a ride. If you're even half thinking about it, just do it. And thanks to Richie for yesterday, my mate, for giving me the little nudge, because I wasn't going to. I was going to talk about going and then just not go. But yeah, I'm so glad that I did. So if you are thinking about going for a ride today, then definitely do it. You'll feel much better for it.